Good morning. This is John from the Springs Mennonite Church. Glad to be with you today. Here it is, Valentine's Day. I hope you're ready for it. If not, and you're listening to me first thing in the morning, you've still got time to run out and get something for that sweetie of yours. But this morning, I'd like to share, in honor of Valentine's Day, a message, a short little note from I Corinthians, chapter 13, which is often called the love chapter. And so we hear in verse 1 these words: If I could speak all the languages of the earth and of angels, but didn't love others, I would only be a noisy gong and a clanging cymbal. If I had the gift of prophecy, and if I understood all of God's secret plans, and possessed all knowledge, and if I had such faith that I could move mountains, but didn't love others, I would have nothing. If I gave everything I have to the poor, and even sacrificed my body, I could boast about it. But if I didn't have love, I would have gained nothing. Well, let me stop here a second. Paul, in this first part, is talking about all kinds of things that we could do that would make us pretty special. Speaking languages, knowing the secrets of God, giving away everything I have. I mean, if you think about that would be pretty good. I mean, it'd be admirable, and very few people live to that standard. But he says that standard isn't good enough. Because he said if you don't have love, it doesn't matter. It doesn't count. In other words, the critical thing is demonstrating love, not all this other stuff. So then if we read a little bit further, it tells us what love is. Now, I know you've probably heard many, many times either this passage or something similar. But perhaps today you can listen with fresh ears. And if you haven't heard it before, well, open up your heart and let's just listen. Here's what it says. Love is patient and kind. Love is not jealous or boastful or proud or rude. It does not demand its own way. It is not irritable, and it keeps no record of being wronged. It does not rejoice about injustice, but rejoices whenever the truth wins out. Love never gives up. Love never loses faith. Love is always helpful. And love endures forever. Well, now, that's quite a statement. And we'll take a little brief look at each part here. Love is patient and kind. If you're not patient and you're not kind, I don't really care what your excuse is. I don't care if you think you got it from your parents. I don't care if you think it's somebody else's fault. If you don't have patience and kindness, then you don't know what love is. It's not jealous or boastful or proud. It does not demand its own way. If you have to get your way, if you have to be right all the time, if you have to win all the arguments, if you can't take a step back and say, wow, maybe I'm wrong, then the Bible says here you don't have love. Now, it also says it's not irritable and it doesn't keep records of being wronged. I know a lot of irritable people, and they're no fun to be with. Nobody really wants to be around them. Oh, maybe they think they're King Bee or something. But they're not. They're just show-offs. And when we keep a record of what you did to me, imagine if God kept a record of what you did to him. How do you think the two would stand up against each other? Now, this isn't saying that you should go back and let someone keep hitting on you or treating you miserable again, but it doesn't keep a record of it. Love is better than that. It's overcomes that. And then it says it doesn't rejoice about injustice, but rejoices whenever truth wins out. Love gets excited when truth happens, when injustice is overcome. And I know that word is probably overused. Just injustice is anything that's not fair. Now, I don't mean fair to me. It's not fair to me that someone else takes the parking spot that I wanted just because they got there first. How dare them think they can have that parking lot with space when I want it? That's not justice. Justice is wanting the best for everyone. A lot of people have trouble with that one. But that's what it is. And it rejoices whenever that happens. Even if it doesn't go your way. I remember a long time ago, I applied for a job out in the West. And it was an internship job. And I don't want to say impeccable credentials, but I had some really, really good ones. And they hired 3 people, 1 woman, 1 Hispanic, and 1 African American. Now, I could have been angry because that's not fair. But was it fair all the years that those kinds of folks couldn't get hired? I knew what I had run into. And as much as I wanted the position, I was happy for them. I found something else. God took care of me. I don't know what happened to those 3, but I'm glad they had the chance. And then it goes on to say that love never gives up. It never loses faith. It's always hopeful. And it endures forever. That's what love is. And I hope that's the kind of attitude and life that you live. It never gives up. It's always hopeful. Never loses faith. And it endures forever. Here on Valentine's Day, as we think about love, and not just romantic love, just love, perhaps these words today will inspire you to new heights, to new actions based on care and love and compassion. Well, thanks for listening. Hope you have a wonderful, wonderful Valentine's Day. Don't eat too many chocolates. And I'll talk to you again. If you have a need, you have a prayer concern, let us know. We'll do whatever we can, as fast as we can, to help meet your needs. God bless you. I'll be back tomorrow.